Hi, this is Joe Stuckey, CTO at SalesCentric. This training video is going to deal with relationship chart attributes, focusing primarily on accounts and contacts relationships. There'll be another training video that works with relationship definition for non-accounts and contact relationships. So in this video, we're going to mainly concentrate relationships between an account and account, a contact and a contact, and an account and a contact. These are non-hierarchical, so they're the blue line, if you would have it. Again, you can see on the slide, I'm just reminding you that icons combined with the relationship chart attributes allows us to define those attributes and display them on relationship charts between two people. So let's look at how we do that. And the first thing is just to make sure we're understanding exactly what I'm talking about. I've got a relationship chart that you can see is very simple. It's just defined. Doug Ward plays golf with Abigail. You can see they have a relationship with sport. If we go into Doug Ward's relationship table as it's stored, you can see that golf is stored. So we're going to focus mainly on this video on that relationship and how I define that. So defining that is very easy. We go into the settings, and the first thing I need to do is make sure that I have defined under business management relationship roles, and define those on how I want that relationship to be stored in CRM. So again, I'm storing it in CRM, and I have to first set up the relationship role just as I would if I was going to write to that table. We ship with a lot of these already set up: advisor, baseball, basketball, business competitor, cricket, current colleague, current employee. All these are set up for you. And remember, you can also have this, and I've said between an account and a contact, but also in the opportunity section, you can also store those, and it's the same way. You define it here in the roles first. So let's look at golf and how that was set up. Again, it was set up automatically for you, but when you want to set up a new one, you just go in and define that name, and then tick the box that applies. And again, if you're going to work with an opportunity relationships, you're going to need to tick it in that also. Okay, so you just set those up and define them as you always would within CRM, and then you go into the relationship charts and attributes section. And the first thing you need to think about is now all of those choices and roles that I've done, I'm going to form them into a group. So for golf, that's formed into the group of sport. And if you'll think about this grouping or this category as a pick list. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to call this pick list sport, and you can see that I've associated some icons with it and what the default icon should be. What that icon is talking about is when I right click and I'm working with it, it's the icon that's going to show up right here. Okay? And then, of course, the icons that show up here, along with the attributes, we get those from the relationship chart attributes values. So here, I'm going to be able to do that. And let's look at how golf is here. And you can see that when I set it up, again, I'm just naming it, and I choose an icon from my icon library, and then I'm choosing from the relationship role. So let's do one from scratch. Let's just make it a choice of some icons. So we're going to go first into the business management. We're going to define a new one, and I'm going to keep it real simple. I'm going to say it's example 1. Okay, and it's for a contact. And I'm just going to do those. And then I'm going to have one that's called example 2. And likewise, save that. So let's save and close that. We've just got 2. And then we're going to go into the relationship charts administration. And we're going to set up new. We're going to first name this examples. And I'm going to hit save, and you can see it first build this, and this is because of the internet-facing deployment that you have to go through this many times. And I'm going to choose the icon that I want this to default to. In this situation, I'm just going to choose. Well, I'm going to choose an icon that best fits this, and let's see if I can find one. Okay, we're going to choose a plus check mark. Okay, and default icon is going to be, again, I'm going into signs, and we're going to make it check mark. Okay, and then I save this because I want that to all be stored, and then I'm going to go into relationship chart attribute values, and I'm going to say yes. The first one is example 1, as we did before. I'm going to hit save, and it will pop up the box. I'm going to choose an icon, and I'm going to say yes. My signs. And I'm going to say example 1 is the X, and I'm going to go out and choose from the roles that we set up just a minute ago. You can see here's example 1, and I'm going to hit save and next, and I'm going to say example 2. Choose my icon. And let's say that this is going to be a tick check. And example 2. Okay, I'm going to save and close that. From there, I have to define that relationship. So I have to go into the relationship charts administration. We're working in a contact chart. And I'm going to go to display relationship types, contact to contact, displayable attributes, and we're going to add a new one. And we're going to pick from our list examples. Save as standard CRM relationship, and I'm going to save and close. All the way back. I'm going to actually close this and go back into it. And as that chart refreshes and builds, you'll see that I could add a relationship of examples now, and there's the tick mark, but I'm going to go ahead and set that examples as example 2. All right, and I'm going to save. And when I save it, it's writing that information back to CRM. And if we go into Doug Ward, his relationships, and refresh this, there's example 2. All right, I hope that you've learned how to do this from a simple standpoint, gives you confidence in defining those. Again, please continue to watch these videos. I'm trying to keep them as short as possible. But thank you for the time you've given me on this video, and I look forward to having you watch the other videos. Thanks a lot.